Hey, what's up, guys? So recently I watched the show Funny AF with Kevin Hart. Super interesting to watch as someone who's been doing comedy 4 years. And something from that show that stuck with me is something that one of the finalists, Usama Siddiqui, said. He was talking about how, when he was younger, he deferred his med school admission a year. He made up this fake excuse, and he decided to grind stand-up in New York City instead. And he said that his plan was he was going to work just as hard at stand-up as he would have in med school. Damn, I should be grinding way harder. So hey, this is a serious video. Let me reflect on grinding open mics as a dude who's still pretty new to stand-up in the grand scheme of things. So guys, I've never met Usama Siddiqui, but I know several people who have. And everyone who's met him is just like, dude, this is the hardest working comic in the game. He just does, so many spots. He's always working. He's always doing mics. At one point, Usama Siddiqui was doing 28 mics a week, which was apparently the most in New York City. I met this older comic in New York City who knew Usama Siddiqui pretty well. And he told me something similar. He told me this story, like one time he saw Usama Siddiqui just going from one mic to the next. He was eating his dinner in this Tupperware. And that was the moment this older comic knew, like, damn, I am never gonna make it. I don't have that dog in me. I need my dinner laid out. Now, the thing is, you really have to have the dog in you if you're grinding open mics because they are soul crushing. Most of the time when you're at an open mic, the audience is just other comics. They're just bitter and miserable people. They will not laugh at anything. The venue usually sucks too. It's like a horrible bar. They're probably on the verge of going out of business and they're hoping this open mic is gonna fix things, and it's not. All in all, it's not a good vibe. And you're just sitting there like, damn, dude, I could be hanging out with my friends right now. Instead, I'm just here, just miserable, just doing jokes that nobody's laughing at. So let me tell you guys a story. This week I was at an open mic. I was at the end of the list. This bar is horrible. There's basically nobody there. And the comic who was second to last, the guy before me, goes up. While he's up there on stage, a mentally ill person with a crowbar walked in from the street and just got on stage and stood behind the comedian performing. And to be fair, this guy seemed harmless. Like, he had a crowbar, but he wasn't swinging it. He was just, standing there just like, ah. Actually, I don't even know if he was doing that. He had like a neutral expression, But still, I was just like, dude, I don't need this stage time that bad. And I got out of there. Now, this is what the open mic world is like. It takes literal years of going through just shitty mics like that to get good at stand-up, even if you are naturally funny. And there's a lot of people who maybe would be good at stand-up, but they have a couple of experiences like that, and they're like, you know what? I don't think this is for me. Now, again, someone like Usama Siddiqui, he seems like such a natural on stage. Right, like the delivery, the tone, the way he switches facial expressions, like the way he moves on stage. He's so good at it. But it's not that he's a natural. I mean, he spent years and years just grinding these terrible open mics to get that good. Now, if you watch someone who's brand new to stand-up, you can notice the difference right away. Like, chances are they're super monotone, no facial expression. They're not saying anything with any confidence. It's usually pretty hard to watch. Going to that to like advanced level performance in stand-up takes years and years of work. And there's no substitute for open mics here. Yeah, sometimes you gotta go to these terrible venues and maybe nobody's listening, but you're practicing just being a little less monotone. And you have to repeat that over and over for years until suddenly you're good at performance. It's like that Ronnie Coleman quote where he's like, everyone want to be a bodybuilder, but no one wants to lift heavy ass weights. It's like, yeah, dude, everyone wants to be a comedian, but they don't want to go to some open mic where there's two other people. But hey, open mics are soul sucking, but I'd still try to go to them because I have a lot of work to do performance-wise. Like, genuinely, I think I'm so much better than I was last year, and a big part of that has just been being consistent with stage time and making sure I'm using that stage time effectively. But yeah, dude, it's so hard to do sometimes. I think it really does help when, again, you're trying to focus on one specific part of your delivery or your joke writing that you're trying to improve. And then B, you also gotta remember that rush of doing well in front of an actual good audience. Like, even when you're at some garbage open mic, I think it's good to keep in mind, all right, that's what I'm working towards. All right, if you like this video, like and subscribe for more. Thanks, y'all.